What's going on, guys? This is Mass, and welcome back to some more Smite Conquest. Today we're playing a little Merlin ADC. Merlin was getting a lot of play time at the recent tournament, the mid-season LAN that just went down, and so I thought it was fitting that we actually bring him into a game. I didn't really think that a lot of the stuff that got played would be good, and it was good. Merlin and a lot of the other gods, they're not as good in casual and ranked as they are in the SPL. It's important to keep that in mind because for those guys who missed out, Morrigan, Zhong, and Merlin all got played as ADCs, and especially Zhong and Merlin are not going to be as good in casuals and ranked as they will be in the SPL. The reason for that is in the SPL right now, support is rotating over to solo lane at the beginning of the game, and ADC basically gets to solo farm pretty much the whole game. The issue with that is that in casuals, and what is this fighting right here? Oh my god, getting tongue-tied super hard. Yeah, I don't know what that little box right there, I don't know what that was. Just Horus v Horus, let's go. Anyways, Merlin, really good 1v1, not so good in the 2v2s. It's actually a really big problem for him, so he's definitely a lot more viable in the SPL where he gets those one-on-ones where it's actually just ADC and ADC going at each other. But it's important to keep in mind when you're actually trying this in casual or in ranked, assuming they're not doing that SPL meta sort of strat, it's going to go a lot different in the early game at least. Obviously, eventually it won't really matter because you are pretty much alone, but early on that'll be, ooh, hold up, damage? No, not enough. Turn on to who you get some bops on the man. Yeah, by the way, Merlin passive really good. Keep it in mind, man. Merlin passive does so much filthy damage on those autos. It's so good. Like, we're basically hitting for 1.5 times damage on that. Dead. Please. Oh, I gave him the suck, but it does no damage. Okay. I thought we could actually do damage there. Apparently, this ability is just absolute garbage at rank 1. Good to know. Good to know. Circuit going for the purple, I like it. So Merlin, definitely some things to think about. If it wasn't for that gank, generally speaking, Merlin not super great in the early game as an ADC. He's fine as a mid, but ADCs actually have a pretty good early game. You'll see that as part of why Hunter mids are strong is they have a lot of auto attack damage when mages typically don't have a whole lot of ability damage in the early game. We actually might be in trouble. I wasn't thinking we were. I'm just going to try and force them to fight in creeps, and we can try and punish them this way. Oh, he's going on the Hui. That's kind of unfortunate. I was trying to go on Horus. Oh, and he just gets another level. That sucks. I don't know if it would have mattered. Actually, I guess it did matter because he used that level to get a dash. I think he would have gotten out either way, though. But yeah, what were we talking about? Hunter's doing more damage in the early game than Merlin and most mages. So that's one thing to watch out for is your early game boxing, typically not super good. Again, like we had, for one thing, we have a Horus, so we can play pretty aggressive because of that. Obviously, they do too. And then we got the gank, so fighting's a little different in this situation, but normally you want to focus more on wave clear in the early game and then try and focus on fighting once you get some more levels, because really we don't have a whole lot of damage right now. Our autos hit for around half the damage of Hui's unless we have our passive. If we have passive, we can actually trade decently. They're still not as good, but they're a lot better because the passive gives us, I think, over 50% of our damage right now, which it doesn't stay that good, but in the early game it's that good. It's actually nasty how much extra damage we do. This might be... Yeah, no, I definitely want to force him to actually like run all the way back there. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Force him all the way back. See if we can waste some time off of him. Ooh, is he going to stick around? Ooh, it's BM. We could go for the early game zone. Super BM, man. Are you kidding me? This guy's higher farm than me? That's lame. Yeah, no, he's going to miss some right here, though. I really wanna kill him, man. I wanna kill him so bad. They're missing a ton of farm. I'm trying to see if we can bait him up just a little bit, man. If we can bait him up just a little bit, Circuit might be able to do something. It looks like she's just gonna run, though. Yeah, we'll go ahead and push to him. It's fine, whatever. We'll give him the wave, we'll go get our purple. But yeah, once we get ultimate, we can definitely start boxing a lot better. We can start doing a lot more in fights just because we have more burst damage. The ultimate for Merlin's actually a really big deal. You do so much more damage once you get that leveled once. But then another thing is once we get our first ability max, which I definitely recommend maxing the 1. But once we get that max, we can start doing a lot more damage in these fights, and we can do it in 2 different stances. And it ends up being a really big deal. Ooh, we can actually try and push him real quick. Hopefully he'll miss most of that farm. We'll see. We can go back and get our booties done. So yeah, now that we get that ultimate done, we do, I think it's 160 damage, right? Yeah, 160 damage with the switch stance. Obviously pretty big deal, right? That's a lot of damage this early in the game. So we basically get, you know, normally I feel like people sleep on the damage of this. It really is like we just got a new ability. You know, before we had this chance, but now it's actually like we just leveled something new because we get so much damage if we get close range. But we can start fighting a little bit now, especially though, once we get this thing maxed, we're going to start doing a lot more, and that's when we get truly capable, because he's going to do pretty good damage with autos just because of Hunters. Even if he doesn't have items done, he's going to do pretty good auto attack damage just because Hunter's Blessing nasty, especially once he levels it, or like finishes it. Okay, they're running away, so we can just chill on wave. One thing I'm actually going to try and do different this video, I've been doing it a lot in the games. I've played some games before this. I actually wanted to upload one or two, and my microphone wasn't getting recorded, so that's unfortunate. But I've been doing this a decent amount. I'm going to use my arcane stance a lot more than I have in the past. Merlin has gone through some nerfs, and I feel like it makes his arcane stance a little better. Mostly just because they've nerfed the damage hard enough. They have nerfed his arcane, actually, but they've nerfed the damage hard enough on his ice stance. Oh, that's a bad two. They've nerfed it hard enough that his ice stance just not as much value, right? Like before it really was, even though it had the slow, it was still mostly a damage stance, and now it's just not nearly as good. And so I feel like it makes it a lot more worth to go with the arcane in a lot of situations, as well as I feel like in a lot of situations in the ADC role specifically, it's kind of hard to use the fire stance well too. So it's kind of situational, but I feel like, ooh, that could be a bad thing. We got a 3-man pull. I don't know if it's enough. Oh no, dude. Does that actually get you out? Are you kidding me? You are the luckiest man. If she didn't get greedy and ult me, he's just dead. Oh, I went to the wrong stance. That's really bad. Why? What? I realized like second hand there. I don't know why it put me in that stance. I hit 4 and then I hit 3 and it didn't put me in ice. That's super lame. That's so lame, dude. I don't know if it's a kill is the thing. Like, I don't know if we actually would have killed Horus, but we definitely shouldn't have gone into fire. That's really stupid. I don't know what happened right there. Yeah, no, I really hate, like, I don't know if there's really a way around it. But, oh, you know what it was? I bet it was the lag. There's this glitch right now with the current patch where there's a lot of like frame skipping and stuff. I bet that's what it was, dude. I bet it skipped right when I did that. It does really suck though. You can sometimes mess up the stance switch on Merlin. You know, just something, I don't know, something unfortunate happens. Like maybe you're trying to make sure you get to the right stance and you like spamming the key and then you throw that ability out once you switch stance. There's a lot of stupid stuff that happens, man. I feel like if you were on LAN, it wouldn't be hard, but if you have like any ping at all, it can be really obnoxious, man. Because I've done stuff before where it's like, all right, I'll press 4 and then I'll press whatever stance I want to switch to, and I press it too soon and it just doesn't happen. So I normally spam it. But then every once in a while I spam it, and it's like, all right, you just threw out whatever ability that is, and it'll troll me super hard. It's so annoying, man. I don't know if there's a good workaround for it. I feel like the system they have is pretty good, but it still really sucks that that's a thing that happens. There's also this bug. I've noticed, I think I've only seen it in the arcane stance. I don't know why. Oh, I guess actually I do know why, because I'm using this key. Yeah, for whatever reason, it'll like show me the cast icon whenever I switch into this sometimes, which is really weird, because I'm not actually, I use quick cast on it. I'm not holding it down, so it shouldn't be able to leave the icon there. Why is he out farming me? I don't get it. I don't comprehend. Why do you have more farm, man? Is it because your support died? Is that it? Left you like a little bit of solo farm? That's stupid. Should be his jump. Oh, or you can just run straight through it. That works. Run right on through. Yeah, no, I should be concerned here, but I'm being greedy. For one thing, I saw most people mid, but I didn't see where their jungler was. Now we'll get another ward down. Oh, we didn't give him the suck. Nice, good throw. Good throw from Serket. I was hoping she would do that. Normally, whenever you're playing like Serket or Fenrir or anything like that, you want to, if you're pulling them, and obviously Serket auto pulls, you want to pull them right at the person that's with you. And that was really good on her part that she threw them right at me. So we could just land the one guaranteed. Yeah, good gank, man. She's had really good pressure so far. It's actually super helpful because she's ganking him in the early game. For one thing, this guy's probably their best player. Steamroller's a pretty good player. I've played with him a few times. But because she's ganking early game and we're Merlin, like we get to glide through the early game pretty well, and actually get towards the later stages, right? We get that farm and we can just start getting to that point where we're actually strong. Like because she's giving me that early game pressure, it's going to be a really easy lane, I think, as long as we just play decent. The one thing we do have to watch out for, Serket, kind of terrifying for Merlin, because she has so much mobility to lock me down and I don't have much. But if we position well enough and ward well enough, I think we'll be fine. But By the way, they also have a Merlin. That'll be something. What? This man's rushing Soul Gem? Why? What? That's so bad. I don't get it. Soul Gem's a terrible early game item. Debatably, it's pretty bad in general right now. But early game, it makes 0 sense. It has no base damage. It's literally just scaling. Why would you get a scaling item before you have any? It makes no sense. Yeah, we have a whole lot of damage right now. 220, 200. This isn't going to do a whole lot, honestly, but like that's going to be a lot of burst for us. Whichever stance we switch into should just be able to like finish him off. Ooh, well played. Well played. You're dead, but well played. We actually... So he played that really smart. I actually didn't think about that. So I actually sort of misplayed there, but I bodied him so hard that it kind of didn't matter. Because even through the misplay, we actually played that perfect. If that makes sense. Like considering I misplayed, I played everything else perfect right there. So that was really good. That's one thing I've been loving about Merlin, man. You can play with his mobility so much. He wanted to ricochet me there, and he had a miserable time hitting it. The reason he played it well, I didn't think about the fact, I was worried about juking his ricochet with fire stance. I wanted to DPS him with that. Since Arcane's good, but it's not very good for a single target fight. We definitely want to use fire there. So I got to worry about him stunning me. And I was just trying to avoid the stun. I didn't even think about the fact that he could just use the knockup there. So he played that pretty much just like he should, but we're still able to beat him anyways. Made him box me in my 2. Is he going to get greedy? Oh, God. No, am I going to get greedy? It's the real question. To me. Oh, that's bad. No, I didn't. Oh, I did. Yes. Oh, I tried to turn on her in time, man. Apparently, we just barely got it. Ooh. Yeah, no, that was bad. That was bad. That's so lame. I swear, like, one of these days, man, one of these days, I'm going to have 50 ping, I'm going to hear the sound cue, and I'm going to get out in time. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to wait for the sound cue for us to blink. But I was too greedy. I shouldn't have done it. I didn't have beads. I should have just blinked. Oh, well. We're going to miss a lot of farm off that, unfortunately, but it's not too big of a deal. So as far as our items are concerned, Gem of Iso recently got a massive nerf, and we're not going to be building it. Even though I loved Gem of Iso Merlin, I think almost any god I'm not going to be building it on, man. It's I believe it's 20% slow now, which is pretty trash. 20%, and it's 1 second. The 1 second is the big thing, but it also used to be 25%. I have no clue, by the way, why Hi-Rez nerfed it so hard. I get why they nerfed it. I understand why they nerfed it. I think it was a smart nerf. I think it was an item that was getting a little too strong and kind of creating some picks that were a little too favorable. This man's getting baited so hard right now. This man's getting baited so hard. All right, that might have been a little too greedy. I saved my 2 for wave clear, and Serket almost died. I would have felt so awful if she actually died from that, man. I thought he was dead, so I figured we'd just save it. Yeah, sorry. If the frame skipping's bugging you guys, there's actually nothing I can do about it. I'm sorry. I'm literally, like, I'll play on 150 FPS, and it still happens. I don't know if it's 150 right now since I'm recording. No, it's 150. It's 150. It doesn't matter. Some of you guys probably can't even notice. If so, it's good. Don't look too far into it. If you can notice, yeah, sorry. Blame Hi-Rez, don't blame your boy. Okay. Yes. Yeah, Gem of Iso, really hard nerf. I feel like, ooh, hi. She's paying actually 0 attention. What? See, that's the thing I'm talking about, man. I'm scared. I shouldn't have Aegis. That was such a panic Aegis. I switched into ice, and it put me into my blink. It's so lame. I was actually like, I was about to frag, but I blinked away from him and got trolled. By myself, to be fair, but still. Game!